Thank you, George. So our next speaker is Stella from class 2. She is a passionate biologist and chemist, and today she will talk about the importance of science and applying it in our lives. Welcome. Hi everyone, I'm Stella from class 2, and today I'm going to talk about self, world, and truth. The Three Body is a famous Chinese science fiction story written by the author Liu Cixin. In this book, the author created a world that the humans are facing the crisis of the invasion of Trizolans, which are people who come from the three-body planet. Science development on the three-body planet is much more advanced than on Earth. So to completely control Earth, the Trizolans send sophons, which are termed 质子 in Chinese. These sophons are shaped by protons, but they are actually minuscule computers comprised into the size of a proton. And they are able to disturb the results of particle collisions and accelerators. In this way, physics on Earth are deceived by these false results created by the sophons and are unable to perceive the real truth. Thus, it might be important for the characters in the story to understand the real truth. It is also important for us, for people in this real world, to consider how truth plays a role in our lives. In a scientific context, truth is defined as a theory that can help to explain a phenomenon or problems and is unable to be proven false by others. Truth is important for people because it helps us to survive in prehistorical times, provide us with a sense of safety and security, help us to attain self-awareness and self-independence, and finally, help science to progress. Truth helps people to survive in prehistorical times. For example, about 3,000 years ago, when humans are still living a hunter and gatherer life, most of the people may connect eating raw meat and not eating enough meat to early deaths. They may also discover that after a forest fire, they are able to eat the more delicious and safer meat from the burnt carcass of forest animals. However, forest fires are caused mainly by chance, and they are uncontrollable. So some smart people began to contemplate on a process that produces fire. People may discover that when rubbing a hard piece of wood with another piece of wood, this can help to produce fire. This simple truth, with several other truths, such as using the most primitive form of fertilizer and adjusting the planting time of each land, can create significant impacts on people. For humans who are able to learn these truths, are able to increase their chances of survival and to reproduce more offspring. Thus, truth may be important for us, for our ancestors, because it helps them to survive, to learn about technical skills. Truth can also help people to achieve self-independence and self-awareness. For example, when Mendel first discovered the role of segregation, which led to further discovery of sex chromosomes in human genomes, people may discover that an XX sex chromosome makes the baby a girl, and an XY sex chromosome makes the baby a boy. Before, in the past, women are brainwashed to blame themselves for giving birth to boys, for giving birth to girls. So this simple finding, or truth, helps to build this long-lasting false belief and helps women to achieve self-independence and self-awareness. and helps to form their self-independence in the workplace and now in education settings. Truth also helps people to provide them a sense of safety and security. Most of the people feel scared to the things that are unknown to them because surprises might not always be nice. So that's why they will try to pursue the truth, which helps to explain all their confusion and the strange phenomena happening around them. For example, when people first encounter COVID, most of the people felt panic and anxious because they did not know why and how the virus can spread so fast and kill so many people just in a short time. Shortly after the outbreak, biologists and scientists began to study on the mechanism of the virus entering human bodies and cells. So these facts are considered as the truth in today's society. When doctors are able to explain this mechanism to the patients, provide them with medications that cure their symptoms, and provide vaccinations to protect the uninfected group, most of the people in society felt less panic and felt safe. This is because people are able to sense the pattern in the events and feel that they can control the events happening around them, which is explained by the psychological term locus of control. This term states that when people feel that they can control the events happening around them, then they are more likely to feel less helpless and to feel safe in their lives. Moreover, in ancient times, people believed that having psychological disorders such as depression, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder is a result of doing sins. Some ancient theories even suggest that people have these disorders is because Satan's devil have gone into their heads. So the only way for treatment is to drill holes on people's heads to force these devils out. These theories are considered as false in today's society. They do not clearly explain to the patients why and how they have these disorders, rendering them ashamed by their disorders, terrified by God, and frightened by the horrible treatments that they may face. Today, with twin studies, biologists and psychologists are able to determine that the onset of psychological disorder is a combination of both genes and environmental factors. With brain scanning technologies, psychologists are able to determine the accurate brain structures in patients' brain and provide them with specific treatments, either for psychotherapy or medications. These psychological theories have endured assessments from psychologists all over the world and throughout decades. And they are still considered as not false in today's society. So it might be safe to say that these theories are considered as truth in today's society. And these truths also help to provide the patients with a sense of safety and security, because they now know they are neither cursed by an evil power, nor they will have to endure the violent treatments to alleviate their symptoms. Also, truth helps people to become more rational in their lives. Most of the people have idols in their lives, and the fans are usually attracted to the idol of Christmas or nature. And they also may try to know the truth of the idol's personas instead of being deceived by them. For example, Chris Wu. He was once known as a sunny boy, had hidden his awful personality before the truth of his was revealed. He was accused for raping young girls and was sentenced in the prison for 13 years. After learning his truth, most of his fans felt furious and depressed for a long time. There are also other celebrities of their idols, so they may treat and view them more rationally in their lives. Though also, they would not end up, unfortunately, selling all of those once expensive small cars at a cheap price after their idols are exposed to be a fraud. Thus, truth is important for people because it helps them to stop investing time and emotions on others who are dishonest to them. And finally, truth helps science to progress. Galileo cares about the truth, so he studied Aristotle's theories, which states that heavier objects will land on the ground faster than lighter objects. Though he did not conduct the famous Eiffel Tower experiment, he did conduct experiments using varying objects rolling down from different slopes, and he concluded that when neglecting air resistance and friction, falling objects would land on the ground at the same time from the same height, regardless of their shapes, sizes, and masses. Galileo's theory has not been proven false for almost 400 years. So it might be safe to say that his theories are considered as the truth in today's society. And his theories that explains the falling objects' speeds and accelerations also help to form the basis of dynamics and physics, such as Newton's law of motion. Further to Newton's law, Einstein studies Maxwell's equations and determined that Newton's law cannot be applied to objects reaching a very high speed. So after extensive study and research, he concluded that the theory of relativity, which also helps to progress through the studies and technologies. In conclusion, truth may be worth it for people to pursue. Throughout human history, during the process of pursuing truth, our survival needs are first met, our sense of awareness is raised, and finally, science development is propelled. We now live in a society that is greatly benefited from the result of pursuing truth. So let us pursue the truth, learn it, accept it, but never stop donning it. Because when we are doing so, we are engaging with the world around us by using our own ways.